busy day, but let me take you all around the Quad Cities. But to start off with, I'm gonna go to the gym, show you what that's all about, and then we'll hit it hard and show you every single city in the Quad Cities. So come on with me. Just got done with the gym and it was great, but we are going to go to every Quad Cities, show you what they're like, and I'm gonna take you along with me because I gotta run some errands anyway, so I hope you enjoy it. But first I gotta head home and grab some breakfast, and then officially we will be on the road to show you all the Quad Cities. Oh, come on. All right, we have ate breakfast, I have showered, and we are ready to go. And this video is gonna be kind of cool because it's not like top 10 neighborhoods in the Quad Cities. No, this is just going to be more of a relaxed, hey, this is what's going on. These are some of the places. Some of them are going to be errands for us. Some of them might be side trips. We don't really know, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to show you a good amount of the Quad Cities. We're going to visit all 4 of the major cities and maybe make some side stops. It kind of depends on what we do and end up seeing, but it's going to be a good time nonetheless. So let's hit the road and show you around the Quad Cities and what it has to offer. Let's go. So where's our first stop on our big adventure? Well, it's actually at the car wash. Yes, we're at the car wash mainly for my fiance, but also to get you guys some good footage. It's nice to have the windows all cleaned up. So on our exciting adventure, we're starting at the car wash, which is actually in Bettendorf, but I think we're gonna go to Rock Island first. So come along as we go through the car wash here. All right, we've made it down to Rock Island's downtown. I figured what a better place to do it than the downtown, because as you can see behind me, there is a lot of construction going on, and it's because they are in the process of revitalizing the downtown area. This place used to be known as the District, and now they're redoing it all and putting a lot of money on it. It's gonna be really, really cool, and it's gonna be a great thing for Rock Island. You know, ironically enough, Rock Island is some place I haven't covered a lot of. I do have, I think, one video out there about Rock Island. Not really sure why. I don't come over here a ton, but if you're curious and you want to know more about Rock Island, let me know down in the comments. I can make more videos about it if you guys are interested. But like I said, we're in downtown and a lot of things are happening. The streets are tore up everywhere. Really don't recommend coming down here right now just because parking's a hassle, but you should still come down and support the businesses. And if you're moving here, you might want to look at downtown because it's going to be a great place to be as soon as they get all of that construction done. But let's go ahead and head on into some of the neighborhoods that I was planning to go see today and show you what that's about. And maybe we'll stop by the hospital, maybe the high school, and I don't know, maybe I will talk to somebody that has lived here that I know personally. We'll see if we can get her on camera, but let's head on into the residential areas and show you a little bit about what Rock Island looks like, not just the downtown area. So what we actually just went through was called the Broadway District. It's like the historical district of Rock Island. Something that's kind of interesting about that from a historical standpoint is there was a gangster, I believe his name was John Looney, and he actually is the one that ran this town and inspired the infamous gangster from Chicago. I can't remember his name right now, but when I remember, I'll tell you, but he is very famous. But John Looney was the original gangster in Rock Island, and all of those houses were built in his era, which is kind of cool. So it kind of gets that gangster vibe feel to it as far as the historical piece of it. So we are actually in the area of the hospital. We're actually in the hospital parking lot, and I found somebody that I want to interview. She really doesn't want to be on the camera, but here is my lovely fiance. So some people don't know this, but when we first started dating, she lived in Rock Island, and part of the reason was that she was working at the hospital. So I just wanted to ask her a few questions about what Rock Island was like. So right as I ended that, my camera overheated, so we had to hop in the car, cool it off. But she is ready and prepared for her interview. So what was it like living in Rock Island when you were here?
Well, it was the first city that I've been to the first time I got here in the Quad Cities, and it was really nice since where I lived, it's accessible to the grocery store, accessible to the hospital where I worked at, and it's also nice since I like to walk. So around the neighborhood, I walk around every day, every morning after work.
Yeah. So you were here how long? 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years.
So she was around here 3 years. She stayed in the same spot. She always liked it, and you know, it was super accessible to her work, which was the hospital. We'll give you some B-roll of that. But yeah, she lived here until she met me, and then decided to move with me. So she's kind of crazy that way, but she enjoyed her time here. And we're gonna go into the neighborhood and just kind of show you what those look like specifically. And then we might head on over to Moline and show you what Moline is all about. What you saw there was actually the location of what was gonna be the Walmart that people talk about, and it ended up never coming to fruition. So it's a big empty field now, and I think they're still trying to work on something like that, but as of right now there isn't anything. So just wanted to show you that is in Rock Island, and it was a big thing a few years ago. Alright, to start off our tour in Moline, what a better place to do it than the airport. This is the Quad Cities International Airport, and it is in Moline. It's a great place. If you're coming here, you might be coming through this airport. It's a really nice little airport, but we are in the cell phone parking lot because honestly, I didn't want to have to pay for parking. Granted, it's not that much, especially if you're staying for extended periods of time. It's really not that bad when it comes to airports. But personally, I didn't want to do it just to make a video. So we're gonna hit Moline, but this is a great stop, and a lot of people, if you're moving here, might be going through this exact airport. So I thought it's a good thing to show. So one stop in Moline that I really need to show you, and that is all the amenities that you get with Moline. And one of the biggest is along John Deere Road. It is basically all your go-to shopping. I mean, you got Walmart back behind here. If you look over here, you got Marshall's, Dollar Tree, and even Lowe's off in the background, and really so much more. I mean, I'm looking at McAllister's Deli. We have a Club Car Wash right behind you over there too. So it's really the mecca of everything that you want for shopping in Moline, and it's all right along John Deere Road. But you didn't come for this video just to see what Walmart looked like. You're probably curious what the neighborhoods look like in Moline. So we're gonna head on and show you those neighborhoods, and then we're also gonna stop along the river and show you what the downtown looks like, because I think it's important to see what each downtown looks like. So let's get back in the car and show you what that looks like. All right, so we had to make a side stop, which actually is really good. We had to stop at the Vibrant Coffee, which is a great coffee shop. It used to be a bank in Moline, and now it is a coffee house and food venue. It's really nice. And sometimes this is actually what me and my beautiful fiance here consider dates, kinda, once in a while. She likes them. She likes to come with me. Well, I think she likes to come with me. I don't know. She does come with me. But you know, it is an opportunity for us to talk and speak when I'm working and she isn't working, so I really appreciate her. But this is sometimes a date, so if you guys appreciate these videos, just know she's the one behind the camera, and that sometimes these are dates that we go on. So hit the thumbs up for Marion for putting up with me and having these as dates. Anyway, we're gonna go and hit the road again and take a look what Moline also has to offer besides just this coffee house. All right, so we're in a Moline neighborhood, and this is a really pretty nice one. This is actually not too far from John Deere's campus, and on average it's actually one of the higher price point neighborhoods in Moline. And you can see behind me that they're really pretty nice houses. I mean, most of these were built in the 1990s, 1980s, early 2000s, so really they're not terribly old when you're talking about homes and all of that. But it is a really nice neighborhood, and we'll just show you around a little bit. But if you're thinking John Deere, you're really close to work, and most people in Moline do seem to want to work at, well, they do seem to work at John Deere for whatever reason. So just take a look around and see what you think of this Moline neighborhood. All right, so we are here in downtown Moline, and this is our final stop in Moline, but I had to show you this. This is like the mecca for everything entertainment, not only in Moline, but also for the Quad Cities. The biggest reason is actually right behind me. That is Vibrant Arena. It is the place that everybody goes to for concerts, for events like, I don't know, bull riding. I think they got monster truck rallies there. And where I'm standing right now is also a place that people like to go to, and that is the John Deere Pavilion. It's John Deere's way of showing what they have to offer for equipment. And you can see there's a piece of equipment right behind me, and they change these out more often than you would think. So it's a cool place to go. And it's a good lead into our next stop because it's right across from I-74, which will lead us into Iowa. And we're gonna go to Davenport first, check out what Davenport has to offer and the neighborhoods and different amenities. But then we're gonna go to Bettendorf at the end and show you everything that Bettendorf has to offer to finish out our entire Quad Cities tour. And speaking of that, if you're moving to the Quad Cities and you just don't know which city you want to live in, well, give me a call, send me a text. I am one that answers all those phone calls, emails, and text messages. Let's show you downtown and then head on over to Iowa. All right, what a better place to talk about Davenport than the downtown Davenport area, but you're probably looking around me and saying, hey, that doesn't look like a downtown that I've ever seen, and you're correct. I'm actually over here in LeClaire Park, which is right off of downtown, right on the riverfront. You can see Centennial Bridge right behind me. And the other thing, if you follow me this way, that is close to downtown, is the River Bandit ballpark. It is one of the best ballparks that there is out for minor leagues. But downtown Davenport is right over here, and it is a great downtown. There's a lot of things to do, a lot of bars, a lot of restaurants. They even got the Figge Art Museum right there. So there is so much to do in downtown, and I figured it was the best place to start our tour of Davenport because downtown has a lot of stuff going for it. So let's go take a look at downtown Davenport, and then we might mix it up and head to a different park and maybe some shopping areas. I don't know. We might even stop at a couple of neighborhoods as well, but you're gonna have to stick around to find out what we're gonna go show you in Davenport. But let's hit the downtown area and show you what that's all about. Now, no Davenport tour would be complete without checking out the parks, and I actually came to my favorite park in all of Davenport, and that is Vanderveer Park. I mean, just look at this. It is absolutely gorgeous. We're in the Rose Garden right now, and the Rose Garden is very beautiful no matter what time of year you're coming and taking a look at it. But you also have the alley of trees off to my right, the conservatory off to my left, and it's just one of the best parks. And it's not the only park in Davenport. You have so many more. I can't even tell you how many there are, but this is my favorite. Another great one is the Sunderbrook Park, which makes you feel like you're actually out in the country. So it's a really, really cool one that I enjoy going to. But again, Vanderveer, it's pretty top notch. And I've been told, I don't know this for sure, but I've been told it was modeled after New York City's Central Park. So hey, if it's modeled after that, it makes a lot of sense why it is so beautiful and why people actually covet it. But here's the thing, it's in a neighborhood that is on like the historical side, but we're actually gonna head over to one of my favorite historical and probably the most charming of neighborhoods in Davenport. So come with us as we go over to McClellan Heights, and I'm gonna show you what that neighborhood looks like. And yeah, I think you're gonna like what you see. We can't do a full Davenport vlog without stopping in this neighborhood. And you're probably curious where this neighborhood is. Well, this neighborhood is called McClellan Heights, and most people in the Quad Cities in Davenport really consider this the most charming neighborhood there is. And the reason for it is pretty obvious. If you can see the houses behind me, you notice they have a lot of character, and all of these houses, for the most part, were built in the 1800s, early 1900s, and you see that architecture all over the place, and people really, really like that. And that's the type of people that want to move here, because in this neighborhood, it's very hilly. You can probably hear me losing breath as I'm walking up the hill, because this whole neighborhood is that way. You don't typically get a lot of big yards, but the yards that you do get and you do see are really, really well maintained and have a very good charm about them. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you what this neighborhood looks like, not just from me talking, but driving around and just showing you some of the character that this neighborhood has. One of the key features of McClellan Heights is its proximity to what they call the Village, which is where I'm at right now. And the Village of East Davenport is really known for its shops, its restaurants, and just a nice, quaint little thing that really complements McClellan Heights. It's not super busy right now, but we're here in the morning. There's not a lot going on in the mornings, but in the evenings, you will see people walking up and down the streets, going to the shops, going to the restaurants. It's just a really, really cool place. And if you're thinking about, I want to live in a quaint little neighborhood and also have the quaint little downtown, well, McClellan Heights might be the place for you because you have East Village right here and then McClellan Heights just up that road there. So, hey, it might be a cool spot, and I'm glad I got to show it to you because it is one of my favorite places in Davenport as a whole. So, if you're thinking about moving to Davenport, you're probably curious about the libraries, or maybe you're not, but I'm gonna show it to you anyway. This is the Eastern Library. There's multiple Davenport libraries, and this is one of my favorites that I've been to. But the cool thing about this particular library is it's actually in one of the coolest neighborhoods as well, and it's on the newer side. Some of the houses are probably 2000s, but most of them are being built right now, and that is Prairie Heights neighborhood. We're gonna take you through that, but I just wanted to point out this library because it is one of my favorites, and it's kind of hidden away inside of a neighborhood. So it's something that you want to be on the lookout for, but let's take a look at Prairie Heights and see what that's all about. So we're here in Prairie Heights, like I was gonna tell you about it. You can see the houses behind me are absolutely gorgeous, and they range again from the 2000s up until brand new construction. You'll see the B-roll of the new construction. You'll see the B-roll of all the houses that are currently built, but it is absolutely gorgeous. But the thing about this neighborhood that I actually recently discovered, and I knew a little bit about it, but there's actually, I believe, 5 different HOAs in this neighborhood, and they all provide different things. Like, I think the most expensive one, they do your yard, they do your maintenance, they do everything for you. And then on the other end, they're just kind of there to keep the yard, keep everything to a different standard. So if you're moving to Prairie Heights, you're gonna wanna know which HOA you're in because they do provide different levels of service and different levels of payment for your HOA dues. So it's something to think about, but it is an absolutely gorgeous neighborhood, and I highly recommend taking a look at it. If this is kind of where you want to be, this is North Davenport off of Eastern, so it might be a great option for you. And there's a lot of amenities all around. In fact, one of those amenities we're gonna go take a look at right now, and it has to do with shopping. And speaking of shopping, we have a Costco right here in Davenport. And if that doesn't convince you to move to Davenport, maybe this will. Sam's Club, of course, and we had to come out to this sign because Sam's Club was so busy we could not even see the store using this camera. And that's one thing about Sam's Club. I am a Sam's Club member, and obviously Sam's Club is better. And if you don't agree, well, let me know down in the comments why Sam's Club isn't better, but it is. So that is what it is. But we wanted to show this off because shopping in Davenport is pretty good. Right behind me is also Elmore, and you have places like Shopco, you have Walmart across on Elmore, you have places like Best Buy and Men's Warehouse, and just all sorts of different things. And it's the main shopping in the Quad Cities, not only Davenport, at least when it comes to my perspective. So we wanted to show you that, but now it's time to head on over to our neighbors, and our neighbors are Bettendorf. So we're gonna show you some of those neighborhoods, some of the amenities that are within Bettendorf, and maybe even show you a couple $1 million homes. I don't know, we'll see what we find over there, but we're gonna head on over to Bettendorf and see you on the other side. So we are out here making the best video possible for you, and it turns out we found out that we got a nail in our tire, unfortunately, but it's all worth it to make the best video for you guys. So we had to make a pit stop, and trust me, this was unplanned, but we had to stop over here at Discount Tire, and it's gonna be quick and simple because these guys always take care of you. And this is off of Elmore in case you're curious, but hit that like button because we got to pay for, you know, a tire plug, but they're gonna take care of us very well, and we're excited to get back on the road. But now we got to wait just a little bit and then we'll hit the road again. So we went from one library to the dealership with the tires, and now we're finally at a different library. We are here in Bettendorf, and I figured what a great spot to start. But the Bettendorf Library, we actually just got done doing a project in there for our wedding of all things. They have a creation studio in there that I absolutely love. We made some sublimation art for the wedding, but regardless, they have every type of resource that you could possibly want in this library. It's not only books. And right behind me is the Family Museum. It's a great place to take the kids on the afternoon, and they have a ton of great programs. But that is not all that Bettendorf has to offer. We're gonna go up north and take a look at the Bettplex and show you everything that is up there, and it's really what's developing in the area, so you're going to want to know what's going on there, and we might stop at a couple neighborhoods along the way. So we went from the library to the biggest and most recent addition, and that is the Iron T. But this wasn't the first thing that was built. In case you're curious where we're actually in northern Bettendorf, and it is the hotbed of everything being developed. And part of it is because of things like the Bettplex, which we will show you, but other things are like this Iron T. But it all started with the Bettplex, and you can see that it's a great facility, brand new. It's very similar to a Topgolf, but it's our own Iron T, and everything else is getting built up around here, including the neighborhoods. These neighborhoods up here are very, very nice, and they're getting more and more expensive as far as the luxury homes. We'll show you a little bit about that. We went through a luxury home development as we were driving over here, but everything is booming in northern Bettendorf, and we're glad to show you what that looks like. But take a look at the Iron T for now, and we'll go show you that neighborhood right when we get off of here. So we made it to Haley Heights, which is a neighborhood here in Bettendorf, and it's a really sought after neighborhood. No, is it luxury? Not really, but it's on the edge of luxury, and that doesn't mean to say that these homes aren't absolutely gorgeous. They are very well built, and people love it here. It is in northern Bettendorf where everything's being built. This is on the quote-unquote older side, which is like 2012. So not honestly that old, but it is a great neighborhood. But enough about the neighborhood. Let's see the other development in Bettendorf and see what's happening. That is downtown, and it's gonna be probably one of our final stops, but it's gonna be a really cool one. I'm actually gonna do something extra special for you guys. So stick around, we're gonna go see downtown Bettendorf and what they've got going on, and one final thing for you. All right, so we made it to downtown Bettendorf, and this is the location of what really started the revitalization of downtown, and that is this building right here, The Bridges. It's an apartment complex and restaurants and businesses underneath. In fact, one of the restaurants is right here. It's called Verde, fabulous place. But what's so special to me is that I'm gonna be able to show you up there. I actually got invited, special invite to be up there to show you what it's like. It's a great view. I've been up there one other time. So we're gonna go ahead, go home, change really quick, and then head on up there to show you what the downtown looks like from above. What a way to end the Bettendorf Quad Cities tour by getting out here and taking a look at the I-74 bridge. It's great. And if you're moving to the Quad Cities, you're probably wanting to know where you should live. Either it's Rock Island, Moline, Davenport, or even Bettendorf. And you're gonna wanna know an expert. Well, I am that person for you, so hit me up. My number is popping up down below. Give me a call, give me a text. I am the one that answers all those phone calls, emails, and text messages. But what a beautiful way to end the video. It's absolutely gorgeous up here. Highly recommended.